Most traders don't lose because they lack strategy. They lose because they lack discipline. They know where to enter, they know where to place stop loss, they even know risk management. But the moment fear enters the market, everything disappears. They move stop losses, they revenge trade, they overtrade, they panic sell. They become emotional gamblers pretending to be traders. And that's the difference between average traders and the top 1%. The top 1% are not magical. They are not lucky. They are not emotionally stronger by birth. They simply built systems that protect them from themselves. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how elite traders build discipline and how you can develop it faster than most people ever will. Because once you master discipline, trading becomes a completely different game. So let's break down how the top 1% actually build discipline. The first thing elite traders understand is this: fast money destroys discipline. The moment you become obsessed with making money quickly, your brain becomes emotional. You start forcing trades, you increase lot sizes, you chase candles, you abandon your strategy. Because greed creates impatience, and impatience destroys consistency. Top traders think differently. They stop asking, "How much can I make today?" Instead, they ask, "How long can I stay in the game?" That mindset changes everything because survival comes first. A disciplined trader understands that one bad emotional trade can destroy months of progress. That's why professionals protect capital like their life depends on it. Because in trading, capital is oxygen. Lose it, and the game is over. They follow rules even when it hurts. This is where most traders fail. Everybody loves discipline when trades are going well, but real discipline appears when your emotions are screaming. Imagine this. Your setup says, exit the trade, but greed whispers, what if price goes higher? Or your stop loss gets hit and anger says, enter again immediately. That moment right there determines whether you become successful or remain average forever. Because discipline is not tested during easy moments, it's tested during emotional pain. Top traders follow rules even when it hurts emotionally. Why? Because they understand something most people never learn. Your feelings are temporary, but the consequences of emotional decisions can last for years. That's why elite traders become robotic with execution, not because they're emotionless, but because they know emotions are unreliable. They create a pre-trade routine. One of the fastest ways to build discipline is to eliminate randomness. Top traders do not randomly open charts and start clicking buttons. They have routines. Before every trade, they ask questions like, is this setup part of my strategy? What is my risk to reward ratio? Where is my stop loss? Am I trading emotionally? Did I sleep properly? Am I forcing this trade because I'm bored? That last one destroys many traders. Boredom trading. Sometimes the market is simply not giving opportunities, but average traders feel the need to always be in a trade. Professionals understand no trade is also a position. Sometimes the best trade is patience, and patience is one of the highest forms of discipline. They accept losses quickly. This is one of the hardest psychological shifts in trading. Most traders emotionally resist losses. They take losing trades personally. Their ego gets involved. So instead of closing the trade, they keep hoping, and hope is dangerous in trading. The top 1% understand this. Losses are business expenses. That's it. No emotion, no drama, no identity crisis. Even the best traders in the world lose trades constantly, but they lose small, because disciplined traders know small losses are manageable. Big losses are account killers. This is why stop losses matter, not because they guarantee success, but because they guarantee survival, and survival creates long-term profitability. They master position sizing. Most people underestimate how much position sizing affects psychology. When traders risk too much money, their emotions become uncontrollable. Every candle feels like life or death. They panic, they hesitate, they become irrational. But when your risk is controlled, your mind stays calm. That's why professional traders usually risk very little per trade, sometimes 1%, sometimes less, because they understand something powerful. Consistency matters more than intensity. The goal is not to hit one lucky trade. The goal is to become consistently profitable over years. Anybody can gamble and get lucky once, but discipline creates repeatable success. They detach their self-worth from trading. This one changed my entire career. Most traders unconsciously connect their self-worth to winning, so when they lose, they feel like failures. That emotional attachment creates terrible decisions. Revenge trading, overtrading, desperation trading. Top traders separate identity from outcomes. A losing trade does not mean they're stupid. A winning trade does not mean they're geniuses. They stay emotionally neutral. That emotional neutrality is a superpower because the market punishes emotional extremes. If you become too euphoric, you become reckless. If you become too fearful, you become paralyzed. Discipline lives in emotional balance. They journal everything. One of the biggest secrets of elite traders is journaling. Most traders avoid it because it feels boring, but journaling exposes your patterns, and once patterns become visible, they become fixable. Top traders record why they entered the trade, how they felt emotionally, whether they followed rules, what mistakes they made, what worked well. Over time, this creates self-awareness, and self-awareness is the foundation of discipline, because you cannot control behaviors you refuse to observe. Your trading journal becomes a mirror, and sometimes that mirror reveals uncomfortable truths. Maybe your biggest problem isn't strategy. Maybe it's impatience. Maybe it's greed. Maybe it's lack of emotional control. The journal reveals everything. They build discipline outside of trading. This is something people rarely talk about. Trading discipline is connected to life discipline. If you struggle with consistency in everyday life, it will appear in your trading too. If you constantly chase dopamine, trading becomes dangerous because markets are emotional stimulation machines. That's why many elite traders focus heavily on routines: sleep, exercise, reading, meditation, deep work. Because a chaotic mind creates chaotic trades. A calm mind creates better decisions. Discipline is not built during trading hours. It's built through daily habits. They understand that trading is mostly waiting. This may sound strange, but elite traders spend more time waiting than trading. Most beginners think success comes from constant action, but professional trading is actually selective aggression. You wait, you observe, you stay patient, and then you strike when probability aligns. The market rewards patience far more than excitement, and this is difficult because humans crave stimulation. We want movement, action, adrenaline. But disciplined traders understand that every unnecessary trade increases risk. Sometimes the highest level of discipline is doing absolutely nothing. Here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Discipline is not natural, it's trained. The top 1% were not born disciplined. They simply repeated the right behaviors long enough for those behaviors to become automatic. At first, discipline feels painful because you are fighting your impulses, but eventually discipline becomes identity. And once that happens, trading becomes calmer, cleaner, more controlled. You stop reacting emotionally to every candle. You stop chasing the market. You stop gambling. And you finally begin thinking like a professional. Because at the highest level, trading is less about prediction and more about self-mastery. If you truly want to become profitable, stop searching for the perfect indicator. Stop chasing secret strategies. Start mastering discipline. Because strategy might get you into the market, but discipline is what keeps you alive long enough to succeed. And remember this: the market rewards consistency far more than intelligence. So train your mind, protect your capital, control your emotions, and over time, you'll start thinking like the top 1%. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more deep psychology and trading mastery content. And comment below, what is your biggest struggle in trading right now?